Wonders, Jeremiah Wonders, Jeremiah Wonders.
You're back. We made it. Thanks so much for coming back and listening to Jeremiah Wonders. I can't thank you enough, and today I am so freaking excited for you guys to hear this episode that I did with Bobby Lee. Yeah, and it is a good one. I went extra long because I know I said I was going to try to keep it 30 to 45 minutes, but guys, when you have a chance to interview Bobby Lee and you get to do characters with him, it's too much fun. I couldn't help myself. So it's a little bit longer. Some of you have been asking me to do longer episodes, so you're welcome if that's the case. And if not, then maybe I'll get back to shorter. There's no rules. It doesn't matter. You know, it's a free form podcast. You never know who's going to call in, what's going to happen. Thank you for all the 5-star reviews on iTunes and leaving the reviews and commenting. That helps me a lot. Please do that if you haven't done it yet. And thank you for the downloads on SoundCloud, Stitcher, however you're listening to it. Somebody suggested Google Play. Hit me up if you want me to do that as well. I've only had a couple people who have suggested doing that as well, but maybe I'll throw it up there as well. Man. Had a headlining gig down in San Diego earlier this week with The Wave. I headlined and I brought Jamar Neighbors and Willie Hunter to open for me. And we had quite the journey down there. So we're going down there and all of a sudden we start smelling burning rubber in Jamar's car. He's driving, I'm in the passenger seat, and Willie's in the back. And it's his tire. It basically wore itself out on the highway because Jamar didn't tell us that we were driving on a spare. And you're not supposed to drive on a spare more than maybe like 50 miles or so. And we drove like 150 miles down to San Diego before it chewed up basically his other tire. So we had to call a tow truck because we didn't have a spare because the spare was on it. Meanwhile, we're trying to get to this show and it's just a mess. We're straight on the side of the highway. And I called my buddy Ryan Hill from Don Carlos Taco Shop in La Jolla, California. And he is, man, what a saint of a guy. He dropped everything that he was doing, and he helped us get to Costco. Basically, we told the tow truck to meet him at Costco. That was the only place that was open that could maybe change a tire that late because it was getting close to showtime. It was 6:30. The show's at 7:30. Get to Costco, and he's going to help us with, he's a membership card there. So he's going to help us, use his card and then get us to the show. Costco looks at Jamar's axle and something's wrong with it. And they say, whoa, we can't touch this car because it's a liability if we do. We can't just put a new tire on this. Like, your axle's messed up. You need to go to a mechanic. Every mechanic is closed. We don't know what to do. Ryan Hill says, I'll get you to the show. He drove us to the show, dropped us off there, and hung out until he had to take care of his kid that got sick, which is now doing well. So we do this gig, and I got to do an hour, and I want to thank the Kill Tony fans that came out. I was plugging that pretty hard on Kill Tony. So thank you guys for coming out. Some people bought some shirts and some CDs. I really appreciate that. That helps a lot, especially since our car broke down. So we had to spend the night in San Diego at a Days Inn. And that was an adventure in itself. Just weird things just kept happening. While we were checking in, the guy at the checkout, me, Jamar, and Willie are rarely all together at the same time. But this guy that was checking us in, the concierge, he's like, do I know you guys from somewhere? Have you stayed here before? We go, no. And he goes, wait a second. Are you guys from the roasts? And we just look at each other like, this is not happening. This dude starts jumping up and down, so excited. He's like, I knew it. Guys, get in here. And he called the other security guards that were working. We took pictures and autographs, and it was just like such a weird situation because we were just already stranded and our cars like broken down, but we're getting recognized for roast battle. It was just one of those beautiful, weird moments in life. Anyway, So the next morning, we go to Walmart after we get an Uber to Costco to get the rim to get a new tire put on. But since Costco won't do it, we're going to go to somewhere where they can just put it on for us and we'll put it on ourselves. And we go over to the Walmart. They say it's going to be an hour. But before that, they're like, oh, we actually don't have this because Jamar has like these 19-inch rims, which are, I guess, a rare rim form. So we're like, okay, so we have to go uphill. We stole a Walmart shopping cart and put his spare in the cart and wheeled it up to a place that was up the street. And this place said it was going to be like an hour or two before they could order the tire. We talked to this other place that we see along the way called Shift Auto and Tires in San Diego. And this dude, like, completely helps us out, basically. He's like, hey, I think I actually have a couple used of that size in the back. And he does. So we're getting to talk to him. He's a really cool dude. And he sends his mechanic to drive us over to Costco, replace the tire that's on there. We drive back to his shop, and then he fixes the other spare, puts the new tire on that, and then we ask him what we owe him. He said, you know what, guys, you seem like you have good energy, you seem like you're good people. This is on the house. I just want you guys to pay this forward. All I ask is that you pay it forward. And I just want to thank Pat over at Shift Auto and Tires so much for doing something out of the kindness of his heart, clearly helping guys that really need it. And just to show you guys how great it is to help other people out every once in a while. There's still good people in the world. How incredible is that? How nice is that to hear that there's still people that are doing nice things? It's kind of refreshing. It's kind of cool to live by the golden rule every once in a while, you know? Be nice to others. They'll be nice back to you. It's pretty great. So thanks again, Pat, over at Shift Auto and Tires. That helped us out a lot. I get it to talking about religion with Bobby later in this episode. And he thinks that I'm trying to convert him to Christianity, which ends up being pretty entertaining. We have a couple sponsors this episode. Can you believe it? Jeremiah Wonders already has sponsors. 3 episodes in. Check out @Speedweed on Twitter. If you need speed in the LA area, not speed. If you need weed, yeah. If you need some speed, dude, check it out. They got the best speed there is. No, Speedweed. Quick delivery of marijuana. If you're into that ganja, that sticky icky, that green, you know, hit up Speedweed. I think he even mails it to some places where it's legal or whatever. But hit up Gino. He's a good dude. He sponsors shows at the Comedy Store like Kill Tony and Roast Battle, so I've known him for a long time. He's a great guy. And then Dave Yates, fellow comedian, very funny friend of mine. Hit him up at Yates Comedy on Instagram. He's got one of my favorite hot sauces. He makes this hot sauce called Ha Ha Hot Sauce, and it is so freaking good. I put it on like Mexican food. I put it on eggs whenever I'm eating breakfast in the morning. I put it on a lot of stuff. Pizza. It's really, really good. Check out Ha Ha Hot Sauce at Yates Comedy. Dave Yates, super funny comic. And the shirts are in. The Weight Gain Champion shirts are in at jeremiahwatkins.tv/shop. So definitely check those out. You have to order before February 1st because there's only a pre-order, very limited shirts that are going out. And one other thing. Oh, yeah, my intro song, the Jeremiah Wonder song, that's part of a new song that will be debuting on the Reagan and Watkins album called My Name is Jeremiah. I took the beginning loop of that. When Pat Reagan comes on as a guest, we'll just release it then whenever he comes on. And I will definitely have my boy Patty Reagan on soon. People keep hitting me up to have him on. But so excited for you to listen to Bobby Lee's episode first. Email me at yourboyjeremiahwatkins@gmail.com with any questions, concerns, support of the show. If you want me to try to get a certain guest, I will do my best. Thank you guys so much for listening. And without further ado, I present my episode of Jeremiah Wonders with Bobby Lee.
I'd love to start soon.
Okay.
That's my dream. If we could just start anytime soon would be my dream.
Just start?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We already started.
We already started?
We already started.
What, you don't do a music or an intro or anything?
Well, that actually already came.
Oh, that already happened?
Yeah, that already happened.
We'll just go 1, 2, 3, start. Then.
Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, start. Welcome to Jeremiah Wonders, and guess who's in the house? One of my favorite people ever. In fact, whenever people ask me who my favorite stand-up comedian is, I say this guy.
Oh, my God.
And his name
Oh, my God.
is the one.
And the only.
The only.
Oh, my God.
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee.
How are you, buddy?
Good, thank you. You know what? I'm so grateful that you asked me to be on this podcast. I've been waiting for like a whole year for this. I was like, when is Jeremiah going to ask me to do his podcasts? And I did it. I'm doing it now, and I'm so grateful.
Dude, today's your lucky day.
Thank you. I feel so lucky today.
I'm glad that I can finally help you out. Like you've helped me for so many years.
Oh my God, you've helped me more than I've helped you. I'll tell you that.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Just by your life force. No, because you walk into a room, you have life force energies.
Do I really?
Yeah, and your core is glowing with full of your Jesus juices. Because I know you love the Christ. Are you still into Christ?
I think he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, but does Christ know that you were having sexual intercourse before you got married?
He did.
He does know?
He does.
But what does the Bible say about that?
Hey, man, that was a sin.
It was a sin.
It was a sin.
Did you repentance?
No, not really. I mean, I felt okay about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I remember when you first moved, you were like really wholesome.
Well, yeah, so I started opening for Bobby on the road like probably in 2011 or 12.
Yeah.
And when you took me out on the road for the first time, you were completely shocked with how, like, I guess strict how my upbringing and everything.
Oh my God. I couldn't believe it.
You were almost angry at times.
Well, it was fury. I don't know if it's anger, but it was pure fury.
Pure fury.
Because it's not that. No, I'm glad people have faith, but I had just never met a comedian with that. So when I first met you, I'm like, how do you do comedy if you have to follow all these strict rules?
Right.
You know, you can't jack off.
Yeah, there's a lot of technicalities that
that
I skipped over.
Yeah, you did, right?
Yeah, I really did.
But you know what? You know, we're all a product of our environment. So if I was raised under the roof of the Watkins house, I think that I would become a Christian too.
Yeah. And
it's like my parents were angry atheists. They're just hardworking Korean atheists.
Did you ever I know growing up you obviously get shaped in a certain way. Were you ever curious? Like, did you ever have any buddies that were
I was
religious
baptized
growing up?
Mormon.
See, I haven't even been baptized. That was kind of weird.
So I did that. I also then, after becoming a Mormon, I went to like Christian church with my born again friends in high school, and then I just decided it's not for me.
How?
Because when you don't know what speaking in tongues is, and you walk into a church and people are doing that,
it's terrifying.
It's not just terrifying; it's weird. It's got a David Lynchy kind of like odd vibe about it, and
it feels beyond a church at that point. It feels more like a cult.
It's also not real. God's not speaking through you in some sort of like language that we can't fucking understand, right? He would speak English,
right?
If God was gonna speak through you, he would probably speak the language of the people he wants to reach.
Sure.
Right? He's not gonna go.
Yeah. I went to one Pentecostal church growing up.
Yeah.
They invited my family. It was like a family friend, and it was the weirdest service I've ever been to because they ran the aisles, praising God, and then they also spoke in tongues like furiously.
Yeah.
While we prayed, and it was very, very awkward.
Yeah, I guess their argument is that, well, I don't have the Holy Ghost in my body. I don't know that I can't. I'm not in the light.
Yeah,
but I don't think that's it. I think it's fake.
I think, in my opinion, this is a problem that I have with organized religion sometimes is sometimes I feel like people are trying to one-up each other in church. They're trying to out-pray each other. They're trying to out-holy each other. And that's like not the point of church at all. And it's one of the reasons I don't go to church currently is I'm really turned off by that mentality.
Here's another reason why, and this is going to sound weird, but the reason why I don't believe too in Christianity is because of the music. Just hear me out, okay? I was in bands growing up. I know how chord progressions go. Just listen to me, right? I know how chord progressions go. I know when something is like, wow, that's ingenious, you know? Like Rachmaninoff. You know who Rachmaninoff is?
No, I don't actually.
He's I think he's Russian. He's a Russian composer.
Okay.
And his stuff is really intricate and crazy, right? If he said that the Lord, right, helped him write that music, I'd believe him. But when you go to a church, like, and you see a Christian band or whatever, it's just F, G, F, C, G chords.
Some minor chords.
Yeah, the music is just bland and not creative and hacky, right? If God wanted to reach me, ask Tom York to write Christian music. If Radiohead came out with a Christian album, then I'd be like, oh, maybe it's real. Why wouldn't God go to the best songwriter? You know what I mean? Why can't he go to like John Bryan or somebody and go, write me some music? But it's always these guys that are from the Midwest and they just write shitty music. It's shit.
How much have you listened to, because I grew up listening to those bands and stuff.
Right.
And there was like a handful that I was like, oh, these are hip. These are
like Switchfoot?
cool.
What was it called?
Switchfoot, one of them. Newsboys.
Yeah.
Audio Adrenaline.
Yeah, no.
There was like some Christian rappers. I was
Really?
like,
Let me ask you
cool.
this: Did those bands write an OK Computer? Did they write a white album? That's what I'm looking for.
Right. No. It's actually an angle that I've never heard before.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for like some inspiration for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he could reach me with really like original, cool music and lyrics that aren't going to shove it down my fucking throat, I might go, oh, you know what? Maybe God does exist. But as long as they keep putting out that shit, I ain't doing it.
Wow.
It's not real.
We have our first caller, actually. The phone lines are lighting up. Hello, caller. Who's this?
Hello, it's Ringo Starr.
Oh, fuck.
Ringo Starr?
Hey.
Hey, is Bobby Lee there?
Hey, I love Ringo. What's up, Ringo?
Hey, what's going on? I'm a big fan of yours. Loved you on Mad TV, Bobby.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I was hearing about this Christian music debate.
Yeah.
I'm a closet Christian. Can you believe it, Bobby?
Oh, you're a closet Christian.
Yeah, the Octopus's Garden. It's actually
I actually met you before.
Have you? I actually remember that.
I really did meet you once.
I remember that.
Where did we meet?
At a concert.
No, but it's fine.
We met at your place.
No.
It was at a party.
You're never gonna guess it.
No, it was a store.
Yeah, I can't say how.
It was a DSW.
But my
the
point
Sheep
is that it's
Factory.
really good to talk to you again, Ringo.
It is.
You're my least favorite fucking Beatle.
Wait, what?
We dropped.
He just
he left. You can't
No,
tell
get him
Ringo.
back on. I have another question.
Okay.
Call him.
Okay. Let me try to reach out. Hello, Ringo. Are you there?
I guess.
How do you feel about Yoko? Did you think she broke up the band?
What a bitch.
Really? Okay, now hang up. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another caller.
Oh, yeah, we do?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, Yoko.
Is
It's me, Yoko.
this is the Yoko?
It's me, Yoko Ono.
This is the Yoko Ono.
Yes, hi. Hiya.
Wow, I have.
Fuck a Ringo.
Oh wait,
No,
what?
Ringo. Hey, Ringo, you know you're like a bird.
Okay, we have another caller calling in at the same time.
Hello, is that bitch? Is that
Oh, there he is, big nose Ringo.
Oh, you think I have a big nose?
Yeah, you think you call me? You say I have a flat face.
I think you're a big murderer. That's what I think you
Oh,
are.
you think that I killed John?
I think so.
Oh, fuck you.
I
You
thought it was a conspiracy theory the whole time.
Yeah, you know what? I'm hanging up now.
No, please don't go. I want to talk to you more.
Yeah. Okay. Also, can I say this?
Yes, say whatever you want.
Yellow Submarine suck.
How dare you? Have you ever written
every
one
song.
good song?
I told John.
I wrote Octopus's Garden.
Yeah, I told John to write Yesterday, Paul wrote that.
Wait.
Oh, she's gone. She's gone.
Wait,
gone.
she left?
She left.
Dude, Ringo left too.
Oh fuck.
Oh man, that's so crazy.
But you know, I really can I just be honest with you?
Yeah, for sure.
And if you're Christian and you're listening, please pray for me because I need to find something. I want to be able to find something that's gonna inspire me and in a spiritual way.
Do you have that feeling that they're not like you're empty necessarily, but do you ever find like there might be something missing or something?
I'll be honest with you. I do now, but I know how to fix it, and I'm just not doing the work to fix it. This empty feeling that I have only resolves itself if I'm getting out of myself, if I'm helping other people and people that are struggling. When I'm constantly in like out of self, and I'm either picking people up to go to an AA meeting or calling people that are more unfortunate than me and seeing how I can help, and I'm in that mind frame, I feel great. But right now, I'm just all about me. And when I think about me, I get depressed and I get sad and I get angry. And it's really weird. And it's so weird to, in my mind, know how to get out of my depression, but not doing anything about it. So that's where I'm at. There's nothing. I think I know what my solution is. Right? So I felt for a second that you thought you were going to fucking convince me to become a Christian. Is that what you're trying to do?
No, I was just very curious.
Because your eyes got all buggied and excited, and you're not going to be able to convince me. You're not going to convince me, dude. There's no way.
Oh, we have
But
another.
try.
We have another caller calling.
Oh shit! Who is it?
I don't know. Caller, who is it?
Hey, Bobby, it's Jeremiah's dad.
Hey, Mr. Wacko.
Hey,
This is
I think you should consider it.
why?
That emptiness, it could be filled by our Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I'm also Korean. It's weird.
Oh.
Wait, we got another caller.
Never mind.
We got another caller.
Yeah. Okay, we have another call.
Hey, hello. This is Bobby's dad.
This is Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee,
This
Mr.
this is the.
Yes,
Did you know that Bobby
yes.
talks about you in his stand-up?
Oh, he talk all the time. I love him. He fat.
Your son's fat.
Yeah, he.
That's what you called in for.
Yeah, I just want to let him know, Bobby, you're gonna die.
Did you have anything to say about
No,
the
no,
religion?
he's not funny. God, God? No.
What about God?
There ain't no God, because I work 16-hour day.
Okay.
I drink at night. I like to beat mama.
Wait, what was that last thing you
I
said?
beat Bobby's mama.
Oh wow! Is that like a
Yeah.
fetish thing,
No.
or
He hung up. He used to beat my mom.
did he really?
Yeah. Yeah. One time, my mom, she lost a tooth. She came into my room and she opened her mouth and she had teeth missing because my dad punched him out.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Wow.
There is no God.
How did you
I gotta take my jacket off. It's so hot.
do it? It is a little bit hot.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
in my
yeah,
t-shirt right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you react as a kid, like to something like that? How do you process that as a kid?
Well, you survive.
Well, you kind of just block. Do you block it out a little bit, and then
I'll give you an example.
That comes
I'll
back
give you
to
an example. We are fostering a dog right now.
Okay.
His name is Remy,
Okay.
and Remy's previous owner was a retarded person. Sorry, he was mentally retarded, and he used to light it on fire. Like he abused this fucking dog. So when we first got Remy, he was skittish. He just didn't want us to touch him. We had to show him the way with love. He sleeps on our bed now. He's the sweetest dog in the world, and he's not going anywhere. He loves it at our house. And the dog completely changed. So it's like, as soon as I got out of my environment, my life changed. I still love my dad more than anything on earth. I love him. He did the best he could with what he knew.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no resentment really, but all the things that happened to me before 23 led up to me doing stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy, you know what it is? It's pursuing something that people said that I shouldn't pursue, that I was never going to make it, and then actually being able to like earn a living and doing it is just so fulfilling to me. It's not revenge, you know. It's a feeling of like, wow, you're completely just a dumb, lazy fucking asshole, but you did one thing right. And that one thing I did right was just relentlessly pursue stage time and going up. There was not a time since I started that I didn't go up. And I was 23. I'm 46 now. And I haven't really had a day job for 20 years.
Wow.
You know, it's been a blessing. And so that's why I'm still alive, I think, is because it's like I'm still pursuing, and I don't feel like I've made it yet, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think?
Because you know what who said the other day?
Because it's interesting, like a guy like me. So I've been doing stand up 8 years now, and I moved out here in 2009. So it's very interesting to hear that a guy who has been doing stand up and is considered like there's only very, very few headliners who tour the nation like you do. You're
really, I can name. I'm not being facetious, or
there's under 100 though.
I can probably name 200.
You can name 200 people that tour consistently,
Yes,
like you do,
yes,
and sell out.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe there's 200.
I mean,
but what I'm trying to say is,
think about this. Your logic, okay, is that how many comedy clubs rooms are there in the country? I mean, there's in San Diego alone. There's what, 2,
right?
But that's not counting Orange County, Brea,
Right,
Irvine. I mean,
right.
you know, so in California in itself, how many A rooms are there?
There's probably 8 to 10.
No,
15,
more.
20.
Yeah.
Is there really 20? You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
If you count like Oxnard,
So that's
and,
every
yeah.
weekend. So that's 20 headliners right then and that right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you got Oregon, Washington, all the other states, New York. How many are there in New York? I mean, come on.
Right.
So you've got a lot.
Okay.
But thank you, though. I know what you're trying to do is make me feel better.
Well, it's just interesting. What is interesting is, so I've been doing stand up 8 years. You've been doing it 23 years, and to hear you say after what you've done, like on sketch shows,
it
and
depends
films
on
and TV,
it depends on what you think making it is.
What would you consider making it then?
I think making it is this,
Because you've literally
like upstairs. Who was there? Vince Vaughn was upstairs.
okay.
And he said hi, and I said hi. That's making it. He doesn't ever have to work again.
So just a security.
I
basically?
think there are certain guys like Kevin James. There's zillions of them that just can look at their finances and go, I don't ever have to work. I think that's making it.
So it's somewhat of a financial thing
Every
over
year,
career gain.
Yeah, every year I make a certain amount.
Right.
It's not I can retire amount. It's okay, this is a comfortable year. But you know, at the end of the day, I think that deep down inside is what I always wanted. Because I have a new show coming out March 27th.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I'm like not one of those guys that if people are like, yeah, he had a shot. I always get little shots and opportunities as if I'm a younger guy.
You work.
Yeah, but I think
lot.
that I know, but the last network show I got that was on air was Animal Practice. What was that, 6 years ago?
Yeah, that was a minute ago.
So then it took 6 years, and then I did a couple of pilots in between there, but now I have one coming on the air 6 years after that. And then if this gets canceled, I'll probably wait another 6 years. But my point is
do you think it takes that long to cycle through?
For my type, yeah.
Oh, for your type.
Fat Asian guy who's 50. I mean,
I
let's
guess
be
it's
real. Let's be
specific.
real.
Yeah, I guess
mean,
it's specific.
It's
Yeah, I
like,
get it.
like somebody really has to go. I mean, the way I got this show was there was no other guy. They casted Lindsay Price, who was an Asian chick.
Mm-hmm.
She was on 90210. She's a great actress, really nice lady. They cast her as the best friend of the two leads. Then they're thinking, all right, she's what, 40, right?
Yeah.
We can't have her. She has a husband, but we can't have this husband be white.
Mm-hmm.
So now black, Asian, Mexican, and the team went, I think it's going to be the safest is we got to find somebody that's Asian in his 40s. Now it goes down to what, 3?
Right.
But for that to happen, without Lindsay, that would have never happened. They would have just gotten a white guy. Probably a Tyler Labine or somebody like that. You know what I mean? But, I got lucky. But Animal Practice, same thing. We need ethnics. He's the 6th lead. It narrows it down to a certain group of people.
Okay.
And that needs to happen for me.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're not going to offer me the lead.
Did you feel that you had to fight your way up like that way too, like with Mad TV, like whenever you're on, where you're like, I only have a few slots that I can fill?
Well, what happened there was I couldn't get in sketches in the first couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I was doing drugs, but I was doing drugs and partying, and I didn't care. I was just, fuck this job, fuck Hollywood, I really had that mentality. I had an unpleasant couple of years on that show.
Yeah.
And then the 3rd year when they asked me back, I just said to myself, I got to figure out how to fix this. How do I get on the show without playing characters? Because there's, 6, at that time, there was like 6 or 7 Asian people that I could play Kim Jong-il.
Right.
William Hung, Lucy Liu. I mean, how many can you play?
Yeah, not many.
Not
in pop
a
culture.
lot.
No.
In pop culture.
Yeah.
I mean, I did John McCain.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they
that was
tried
great.
different things. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to just play myself. So I wrote Bobby Lee in things.
Like Out in the Wild and stuff like that.
Yeah, out in the wild,
Yeah.
or Bobby Lee in the streets, going to a movie, hanging out with his parents, or whatever it might
Which,
be.
honestly, probably the smartest thing that you could have done, because people still remember your name. Because
Yeah,
of all that stuff.
yeah. I mean, I survived in that way,
Yeah.
but I stayed on the show for 8 years.
Wow.
8 years on a sketch show.
Did you have a favorite? I mean, I'm sure it's hard to nail down like a favorite sketch or moment. Do you have like one that comes to mind whenever somebody asks you that question? Like a favorite moment? Maybe it might not even be your favorite sketch, but like a favorite moment where you're like, you're settled into the show and you're like, oh, I'm doing this now and I'm having such a blast doing it.
You know what it was. I did a sketch called Bobby Lee 24 with Bobby Lee, and I go in my head. I'm like, I want John Cho and Louis Anderson in this, and I got them both with one phone call.
That's a good feeling.
And so then when I got them and they were at my house, they did it at my house. I was like, I got John Cho and Louis Anderson in my house. And then I did Cheech and Chong. I had Cheech and Chong in my house.
How surreal is that? Like people like.
So when you're doing that, that's cool. But then it's like, what happened was, after Mad TV, I got nothing. It took like 3 years for me to work again. It was so sad.
How dark did that period get for you?
Oh my God! I remember one time I was in the patio and I was crying.
Of the Comedy Store? Or? Yeah.
And Brian Callen, and I just brought this up to Brian Callen, but Brian Callen didn't know what to say. So he sat next to me and he goes, why don't you try taking acting classes? And I remember going, fuck you.
The last thing you want to hear whenever you're in a dark place. Yeah.
And at that time I was like, no one wants me. I can't get a job. In fact, I remember one casting director saying, he's never going to work again because he was on that shitty show. Mad TV.
They just said that?
Yeah.
And that got back to you?
Well, no, it was. She said something to my agent, And my agent goes, "Oh no, they saw everyone and they already got this." I go, "Why isn't this lady ever calling me in?"
Oh, we have a phone call.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Oh my God, are you the casting director?
Yeah.
What's your name? Hi,
Linda.
Linda. Hi, Linda.
Hey,
Hey. Why didn't you call me in all those times?
because I didn't like you.
I know. Why do you sound like Mitzi Shore?
Because
That's who you are?
that's, sometimes I manifest casting director.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you call me in for things though?
Because you're too likable.
Oh,
You're
so
good.
that's what. Oh, you're going to the anti-likable.
You're gonna steal the scene from the lead guy.
All right,
We
get the
can't
fuck
have
out of you,
that.
bitch.
Hey,
Hey, you
you'll never
fucking
work in
filthy
this town.
bitch.
Listen
I'll
up, Bobby
fucking kill
Lee.
you,
Oh,
bitch.
really? Come over to the parking lot
I'll take
right
my
now.
thumbs and gouge your eyes
I'll
out.
slit your wrists right now, Bobby.
Oh, you're gonna slit my eyes? That's racist.
Oh, really?
Is that what you said?
She hung up.
She
I don't know.
hung up, yeah,
She
yeah.
got I
Yeah.
think she got a little. Anytime you call somebody racist, they back off.
Yeah.
They back off.
But, and then what happened was, I think what happened was, when other cast members from Mad started doing good, it changed the vibe of the show.
Oh.
So when you see Ike Barinholtz,
Mhm.
and Key and Peele, even
It
guys
levels
like
everybody
Will
up
Sasso,
in a weird
Alex
way.
Borstein,
Yeah.
these people started doing well.
Yeah.
And then the show didn't get that the reputation of the show got positive.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it's been great ever since then.
Well, I feel like, especially now, since it's not on the air anymore, it has this very, very strong cult following where if you were watching it around that time,
Yeah.
you are a fan for life.
Yeah.
Like, and I felt that whenever I would bring you up for years at different clubs,
Yeah.
like around the country, like I could, like whenever I said you've seen him on Mad TV, there would be a big group of people at every single show, no matter what club it was,
Yeah.
that were like so excited specifically for that.
Yeah, but you know what? Also, what's great about it is that half of my fans don't even know I was on that show.
Well, yeah, you've also been doing your podcast. Tiger
Yeah, I mean,
Belly.
that's really helped. Tiger Belly.
That's changed a lot of stuff for you, right? As far as like the kind of people who are coming out to your shows, because podcast fans are very different from TV fans.
They are my real fans.
Yeah.
They wear the shirts.
Mm-hmm.
They buy the merch. They come to my shows.
They're so much more
And I
supportive.
go out. Now I go out. I used to not go out and meet people.
I remember that, yeah.
But now I go out and I say hi because I don't want to diss my Tiger Belly fans. I love them so fucking much. And I don't look at them like fans. I look at them as kind of family. It's weird. Like I'll hug them and go, "How are you?" and this and that.
Well, that's what's so interesting about podcasting is if you're listening to somebody for a long time, and even if you're interacting with them even a little bit on social media, and you'll respond sometimes or whatever, you have that instant connection where they feel like they know you.
Yeah, and I learned it though from. It's so funny. I learned it through Opie and Anthony. So I used to go on the road with Paulie and Mencia, and I'd watch them do radio. And I thought to myself, I just don't know how to do that. They did it in two different ways. Paulie did it in a way where he was just kind of detached and like didn't know what was going on.
Oh, we've got a caller.
No,
calling right
I
now.
don't want to talk to Paul.
Dude, he's trying to get
All
through
right,
right now.
what's up?
He's trying to.
Bobby.
Hey, Paul.
Don't call me Paul or I'll call you Bob.
Yeah. Will you let me call you Paul?
Okay, I'll let you
All
call
right.
me Paul. Only you.
Why
Don't tell anybody.
When we were on tour, boss, why did
Yeah.
you? When I was sleeping that one time,
Okay.
why did you lay your
Right.
penis on my forehead?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not funny, dude.
Dude, because the weasel does what the weasel wants.
I know, but dude, that's like harassment, dude.
Dude, yeah, me too.
Yeah. And
Yeah, that
and-
wouldn't fly now, but dude, the 90s were different.
I know.
Dude.
And why does your penis twist?
Dude, because I'm different.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not that. Is you use it too much?
No, dude.
Yeah, I think you
Dude,
use it too much.
I was born with a twisty pee-pee.
No, you.
It's like a silly straw, bro.
Oh, you're doing your act.
It's been sick. It's been sucked so much it looks like it's got some bumpies and curvies in there.
Yeah. All right. Bye. I just had a panic attack. I don't want to talk to him right now.
Dude, I didn't want to talk to him either, but he called in.
You know what I was just thinking about, you know what he did to me once?
What?
You're not going to believe this. So we were in Shreveport, Louisiana. Okay?
Okay.
And he met this the hottest girl I've ever seen in my life. A 19-year-old girl, right? He was hanging out with her every day. One day, I go into the green room, and she's there, and guess what she has in her hands?
What?
My wallet.
What?
She was taking money out of my wallet.
Every day?
No, I just caught her.
You just caught her that one time, yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So I couldn't wait for Polly to get off stage. So I go,
Did you right away? What did you say to her right
I go,
away?
bitch, put that down.
Yeah.
She's like, what? This is yours? Right?
Oh, we got another caller.
No,
I don't know.
no. I don't, reject it.
Okay.
Can I finish the story?
Yeah, no, I just canceled the call.
Yeah, cancel the call.
That's actually never been done. That's kind of a nice power to
in
dump
fact,
it.
where's the button? Where's the cancel button?
It's right in the middle.
All
here.
right, good. I'm going to press it a lot of times. Right?
Okay, so
All right.
you're waiting for
Polly
Paulie to
gets
come off
off,
stage.
and I go, she took my wallet, stole money. He's like, so? And so for the next 2 days, I have to hang out with this fucking thief. She's always around. During the day, we had to go to a museum or something. I had to go with her. And I'm sitting next to her in the car.
Oh.
And I'm like, this bitch is a fucking thief.
Scum of the earth.
Yeah, and yet I still have to be nice to her because she's, Polly's cum rag for the weekend.
Wow.
Yeah. It's the shit that you go through as an opener. I used to open for Mencia. It's like I had to go to his house and to pick up his merch, take it to the airport, check it in, right? Carry his golf bags.
That's one thing you've never made me do is ever deal with merch.
That's why you don't.
You've never ever made me deal with merch.
The reason why, and my openers are so fucking, they're just so not fucking grateful because
why?
I'll tell you
Dude.
why, you fucker. I'll tell you why. No, listen.
Don't tell me that I'm not grateful. No, don't tell me that I'm not grateful.
I just told you.
Well, don't say that again.
All right,
because
you're
you have
ungrateful.
no idea how grateful.
But can I
am
just
to you.
say,
But
oh,
continue.
really?
Really?
Really? Oh, you fucking...
What?
Your Midwestern nice guy routine is fucking done with, friend.
No, dude.
Yeah, I see it right through your fucking Christian falseness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
You have no idea.
What are you going to do about it? All right? You ostrich?
I'll tell
You look like an ostrich.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do about it. I'm going to argue with you, and then I'm just going to say, I'll show you.
My
I'll show you
openers
how grateful I
don't
am.
go through... I pay for every meal.
Dude.
Just listen.
No.
Fucking listen.
Can I? No.
No,
can
I don't. I'm not. No, I'm the guest.
Okay.
I'm the guest, and you don't get to say.
Okay, fine. I was going to go down the list of things that you've done for me, but go ahead.
Okay. And you're included in this. You guys don't get to do shit. I pay for meals, plane tickets, hotel, the whole fucking thing. Okay, because I don't want you guys to go through what I went through, and yet you guys are still bitchy and ungrateful, and fuck you for that.
I have to stop you there. When have I ever been bitchy or ungrateful to you on the road? Every time you take me on the road.
Can I say this?
What?
When I see white dudes like you, dude, and it's so righteous, you're so self-righteous.
Give me examples.
I know it's not what you say.
It's how you say it.
No, it's not even how you say it, right?
What?
It's in your eyes. Let me just say this. You know the Emperor in Star Wars?
Yeah.
Senator Palpatine?
Yeah.
He was Senator Palpatine before he was the Emperor, correct?
Yeah.
So, he was in the council. Remember the first three, the new ones that came out with that George Lucas did?
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, being political and nice, but deep down he's the fucking Emperor.
Right.
So people don't know that he's the Emperor, but as an audience member, you can see it. It's beneath the eyes. You're the fucking Emperor, dude.
It's just, so you're saying I'm ungrateful. You're lumping me in with other openers, and you're saying I'm ungrateful, and you see it in my eyes. Not buying it, dude.
You really, dude?
Yeah, man.
Really?
Because you know why?
Why, man?
Because I can name so many times that you have helped me out where it literally impacted my life.
And that's all I want to hear from you. I said this whole thing about the Emperor and everything so that you can say that. And can I say this?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Fuck you.
Do you know how grateful I am to you?
Dude, now you're acting weird.
No.
You want to fuck?
Yeah, man. Let's What if we did just like right now? It's just like all this
never
pent up energy.
Dude, if I was gay, I would not fuck you.
Dude,
It's
I
just your body,
wouldn't either,
you
man.
have more torso than legs, and it's like, there's just no way. Your torso is so long.
It's very long.
Yeah.
It's very long.
In fact, you know how like murderers, when they slice people up, you'll find a torso in just one. You know what I mean? I would have to slice you in 3 pieces, your torso. You've been 3 garbage bags. That's how long your torso is. Like when you have sex with your wife. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm sorry I didn't make it to your wedding. And the reason why, I'll tell you the reason why.
Go ahead.
And this is how I feel bad. This is why I feel bad. Is because of the fact that I'm like, I told my girlfriend, I go, I ain't gonna fucking drive to San Francisco.
Yeah.
To no fucking wedding. Like I drove that far for Sebastian Maniscalco's wedding. I'll do it for him.
Yeah.
But not one of my openers. And then I found, you know what I found out? Jeff Ross went.
Yeah.
And I felt like shit. I should have gone.
Jeff Ross is one of my best buddies.
Okay. He's a good guy.
Maybe he's a better.
Go ahead.
Maybe.
Go ahead. Say it.
No.
I want you to say it. Maybe he's a better what?
Maybe I think he's
No.
a better friend to me than
I
I am to him. No, I wasn't going to actually compare you.
Oh, you
to.
weren't?
No, I wasn't.
I think you were.
No, I don't think so.
I think
no,
right
you
now.
know what, dude?
What, dude?
No, man.
That logic doesn't even work. Why would you compare him to yourself?
Well, you looked at me like whenever I said that he was one of my best buddies, like, oh, okay, sure.
No, I believe that. He went to your fucking wedding. We already
Yeah.
established that.
Yeah.
So you were going to compare him to me.
No, so you said
It's fine.
You actually
you
felt-
love Jeff more than me.
You love playing mind games, dude.
I'm a Jedi, dude.
You really are.
I know.
You know, one of my favorite memories with
What?
you
What?
is we drove back from a corporate gig in Vegas. And
Oh, that was fucking...
dude.
Dude, okay, so... Oh, my God, that was the best show. I've never seen anyone bomb. Honestly, I have never seen anyone bomb as hard as you. Where you could literally hear people's anger. What did one guy yell out?
He literally yelled. This is okay. So just to paint the picture, the whole time, Bobby on the trip to Vegas where I'm driving, he rented this brand new Dodge Challenger, and he's like, Jeremiah, you're gonna drive, because he knew that I didn't have a nice car, and I probably haven't driven many nice cars. So just for fun, he rented us a car. He goes,
That's
you're
right.
gonna drive us.
That's right.
So we get there. The whole time though, it's like a 5-6 hour drive to Vegas. He's telling me constantly, Jeremiah, you're gonna bomb, bro. And I'm like, no, I'm not. No, it's gonna be great. You know, I'm trying to be positive,
Yeah.
but the more you tell me, the more I'm like, wait, what's going on? Like, is this a weird gig? Like, what's happening?
Uh-huh.
And when we get there, they're doing a freaking raffle in this giant ballroom at like the Wynn, I think it was.
Yeah. It was like a men's club.
It was a men's club. They had all of the women leave. There was only middle-aged white men, rich
oh my God,
white
that was
men
a
there.
terrible show.
It was so bad. So
But that's it. I needed the money.
right, you needed the money. It was good money, and you're like, I'll treat you very nicely, like you always do, and I'll hook you up if you bite the bullet, basically.
Yeah.
But they didn't know that I was coming. So
Yeah. Oh
they
my
gave
God.
me a horrible intro because they weren't very pleased that some random dude, like, they want to see Bobby Lee. And they brought me up to the stage, and the first joke I told, like, immediately, they're like so upset that I'm on stage.
I heard somebody yell something
They
out.
literally yelled. One guy stood up and he goes, "Get off the stage!
yeah.
Get off the stage!"
He was that angry.
So I'm not getting any laughs.
Yeah,
The
and
entire time.
now
The
imagine
only-
me in the back, looking through a little crack through the curtain, just going, "This is gonna be terrible."
No, this is the only laugh I heard in the entire giant ballroom was Bobby's laugh behind the curtain.
Yeah,
as I can look side stage
Yeah,
and
yeah.
see you dying inside.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing how painful it is for me. Like, and I'm committing to everything. And I did 8 minutes, and then you came up and killed for 22.
I don't think I did kill.
No, for that room, you destroyed. You also have a very weird bar, I've noticed, for when you consider when you kill or not.
Can I defend that?
Okay, sure.
It drives people crazy. like Whitney Cummings.
Oh,
it drives her.
Oh, whenever you say that,
yes,
that you don't
it
kill.
drives
Of course.
her fucking crazy.
Yeah. Understandably so.
And
I've seen Bobby level rooms.
But here's why.
And then you get off and you're like,
Here's why.
Why?
Because I used to live with 12 guys in a 1-bedroom apartment in Silver Lake. And I was living with these guys. My brother lived there too, Steve. He lived in the closet. And I'm telling you right now, we had homeless people live there. It was terrible. Sleeping bags. It was like a fucking, like a camp of some sort, like a refugee camp. And I remember there was this comic that lived down the hallway. And I can't say his name, but he's still around. But I don't want him to listen to this. He's okay for who he is. But he used to play me sets, right? And he's one of those guys that thinks he's killing and he's not.
Oh, no.
So he would go, check this out. And he would push the play, right? And you hear him tell jokes, and then you'd hear complete silence in the room. And he'd go, fuck, I'm killing it. You hear that laugh? And it was just silent. And in my head, I'm like, I hate this guy. I hate it.
Anybody who's that delusional, it's hard. Like
right,
whenever they walk off stage and you're like,
so
did
I
you
have
see
the
same
opposite
show?
now. Right, whereas if it's not utter destruction,
then you don't consider it
then
a kill.
I think it's a bomb.
Oh, you think it's a bomb?
Not a bomb, but it's like,
Wow.
But now, though, Dom Herrera taught me not to do, because I used to do okay and then lash out at the audience.
I
You know what I mean?
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah,
right,
many
and
times,
then
yeah.
so Dom one day just said, they think you're doing well. You're doing well. In your fucked up mind, you're not. But if you lash out, then you lose them.
Yep.
So now when I feel like I'm doing okay, or even if I feel like I'm bombing, I just go with it and I don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
You learn. You live and you learn.
You live and you learn.
When's the sex part?
Oh, it's coming up.
You know what I mean? When does the sax thing happen?
It's coming for sure. I have this next segment, and it is called Fanning Out.
Fanning out. Questions from fans.
I reached out to the Twitterverse and asked some people if they could ask you any question. What would it be? So we're gonna do a couple of those.
Okay.
So the first one is this comes from at TSK123. If Ari Shaffir attacked you again, would the result be any different?
Yes, it'd be different.
How so?
Well, I don't think that I would. He punched me in the face, and I fell to the ground immediately.
Yeah.
It's not like he knocked me down. I just wanted him to stop, so I just fell to the ground. Because if I stood there, then I think there would be more swings. But what I miscalculated it. When I fell to the ground, he kicked me in the face.
Ooh.
Like 30 times.
Ooh.
So this time, if he punched me in the face, I would probably try to do a single leg takedown. You know what I mean? Or I would do a fireman's carry. But you have to understand, I'm 5'4",
and he's
6'3".
6'3". Yeah.
And he's just way bigger than me. So I don't know. Or maybe I'd just run away. But that just looks weird. If somebody punched me and I just ran away,
Right.
then that's just weird.
Yeah.
But I'm a comic, so maybe the people would laugh. But he bruised my face up. And then one week he choked me to death almost. Where I couldn't breathe. Why are you laughing?
It's funny for me to visualize Ari, who I only know him as very chill guy. Hey, Bobby.
I know, but
hey.
it's so funny that Moshe Kasher texted me because it was over Natasha, his wife.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. This comes from at Soup Juice. Do you know how many times this guy's teenage self almost suffocated due to laughter watching Mad TV? He can still hear your Connie Chung cry out for Maury.
Oh, shit. Tell him thank you.
I will.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That was another example of like, what else do I play? Do Connie again.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
This is from at Mac Wolfpit, which we covered a little bit. But how do you deal with anxiety or being in your head? How do you get out of that space?
I think I'm just in it. I think that Well, I think sobriety really has helped me. I think sobriety teaches you tools to deal with the moment, right? Like when you're raised with immigrant parents, they don't teach you how to live life. They don't say like anything philosophical. It's like, this is how simple it is. How come you get straight Fs? I don't know. I tried. No, you don't. And then they hit you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. That's the relationship you have with your immigrant parents. Yeah, Bobby, are you gay? Why? Because I can't get a girl.
My dad and uncle definitely thought that I was
Yeah,
gay growing
yeah.
up because I didn't have many girlfriends.
You don't go to prom or homecoming because no one will go with me. No, you're gay, and you don't learn how.
Because at that point you hadn't developed like your strong sensibilities as a comedian yet.
No,
right?
I mean no. You do. That's how you learn to be a comic.
Well, right.
Yeah. No, Mom, I suck dick. I love it. I'm getting straight A's of sucking dick. And then they wouldn't respond, and then you just kind of, you just go on with your day. You think that life is like that. It's so funny. If you're in high school, which probably not, but you think the whole world is that moment.
Oh, that bubble.
You think that bubble is everything.
That every single moment is going to affect the rest of your life.
I literally have not really seen anyone I went to high school with.
I only
Sometimes I'll see them on the road, like they'll come to shows, and
Sure.
I love them. I'm nice, but I don't. I used to let that affect me so deeply on a spiritual level, and now it's like, bro, what the fuck was I so worried about?
Yeah.
These chicks. Yeah, there was one girl like I had a crush, and now she looks like Michael Chiklis from fucking The Shield. I mean, she's got like her head attached to her shoulders, and she looks like the Thing, and she's walking around like, "Hey, you're phony." It's like, get the fuck, But my
Oh
point
no,
is,
we have a caller.
there she
Oh,
is.
we're gonna have to take it.
All right.
Hello.
Hi,
Who is this?
I'm Samantha.
Is this?
I'm one of the girls that rejected Bobby.
Whoa, your voice is very, very deep, Samantha. It's.
I know, because I had 9 babies,
You had 9 babies.
and all the estrogen came out.
It left your body, so it left your vocal
now
cords
I sound like this.
fried.
Yeah.
Wow, you sound a little bit like Buffalo Bill.
Bobby!
Oh,
Bobby!
Bobby, he's just calling for you.
Yeah, what's up?
I'll date you now.
No thanks. All right, because
She hung up. I don't know.
Fanning out. Questions from fans.
One memory that I have of you.
Hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm. So on the way to, I'll share a couple quick. On the way to Vegas, one of my favorite, funniest things that you've said to me, just like you being you.
Yeah.
You were we were on the way back from that crazy gig in Vegas, and you were putting glue all over your hand, like Elmer's glue.
Mm-hmm.
And you were watching something on your tablet,
Mm-hmm.
and you looked at me very sincerely.
Yeah.
And you go, Jeremiah, I need to take some time right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to put in my headphones, and I need to watch some videos for AA. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I go, yeah, of course, Bobby, that's fine. And you looked at me and you go, okay. Now, if it looks like AMC's The Walking Dead,
Yeah.
don't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was the funniest
Why?
way of just using AA, and then me looking over, and I'm literally looking at Daryl kill zombies and stuff,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
saying
yeah.
you're using that.
Well, the Elmer's glue, you have to explain that.
I do have to explain that. So,
For
do
my
you still
birthday-
do you still
yeah, I
do
do
that?
it, yeah.
Okay.
For my birthday,
Which that could tie into the anxiety thing.
everyone gives me Elmer's glue, but it can't be the school kind. If it says school on it, it doesn't work. I like Elmer's glue, and I like making glue thumbs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when it started.
Off.
Yeah, and it's like you have to do 15 layers for it to really work, but I have 10,000 glue thumbs at home.
Where do you keep them?
I'm now giving away for my podcast.
Oh, for Tiger Belly?
Because I could draw on them and stuff.
Oh, that's actually, I'm sure your listeners love that.
Yeah, it's cool. But I don't know why, but I just always, when I was at Mad TV, I used to have glue thumb, like Elmer's glue, on at the table reads.
You would do that during the table reads of Mad?
Yeah, and everyone thought that I was like a serial killer.
Well, if you haven't seen it, it's something
looks
to witness.
weird.
It's something to
It's
witness.
really weird, yeah.
Yeah.
I just have weird things that I do. Like I have a problem with my left foot. I have itchy.
What's up with your foot? It's
I have
itchy?
I have an itchy
You
left.
have an
Well, I
itchy-
have chronic foot fungus
Oh, okay.
on my left foot.
Do you ever get pedicures?
No?
Why not?
And my foot fungus got so bad that, but Kalila got some in her vagina. We had to go to the hospital because her vagina was itchy, and they said that it was from my foot fungus.
How did it get up there?
Because I itch it with my fingers, and then I stick my fingers in her vagina.
Oh.
Yeah. So then I
Oh
had
my-
to take. Then they got me ointment, but I refused to put it on because I'm addicted to the itchy. No, I like the itchiest.
You really?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's like relieving that
If I
sensation.
if I took my left foot off right now, my shoe, because I don't wear socks,
yeah.
and will you smell it? No, just my shoe.
If you want me to
Yeah,
smell
I think
it.
it'd be good for the thing.
Really?
Yeah.
You want me to smell your shoe?
Yeah, the inside of it.
Oh, dude.
Just smell it.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
That's 100% real what just happened. It's yeah,
explain.
It's Bobby is barefoot and he has some kind of weird Croc shoe that's like a athletic Croc shoe. Oh, I got teary-eyed.
Yeah.
And it just smells really, really bad. It smells like a rotting foot.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad we did that.
You know who Ed Asner is?
Yeah.
If you see, I did a Tom Green show with Ed Asner, and I did a pilot with Ed Asner years before I did this thing with him on Tom Green show.
Mm-hmm.
And on the Tom Green show, he goes, "Get your left foot out of my fucking face." He knew about it. Like, people know about my fucking left foot now.
That's like
It's a thing.
It's a thing in Hollywood?
Yeah.
So do you have to wear double socks and stuff sometimes to set?
No.
No?
No. Well, whenever I wear socks for like a show and stuff, I tell wardrobe, just throw the socks away.
This brings us...
I gotta go. Because
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
How long have we been doing this?
I don't know.
A long time.
Okay. This
And
is our last segment.
I also want to say this is
Yeah.
that, I quit smoking for 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and then I also this last month I haven't eaten any meat. I'm a
Oh,
vegetarian,
man.
and so I haven't eaten all day, and I feel dizzy.
Okay.
So
This last segment will take 1 minute.
I doubt it, but go ahead.
Okay.
What is it?
Sax talk.
Sex talk. What do I do?
You tell how you lost your virginity or a recent sexual encounter. Or
I
any...
have one that I haven't talked about. It's pretty gross, but I haven't really talked about it. Because I talked about a lot of my sexual stuff on that show, Comedy Central's This Is Not Happening, Ari show.
Yeah.
So I want to do one that I haven't talked about that's kind of crazy.
I love it.
Okay, go ahead.
So, yeah, I'll play sax underneath.
So when I got Mad TV, I had a friend named Jeff Richards. And Jeff Richards got SNL. Is it too loud? Your sax?
No.
Okay. And so he went to New York, and then one time he came back from New York, and he goes, "Hey, let's go get a prostitute." So I go, "Okay." So then Jeff, me, and John Reap, there was a Holiday Inn down the street on Sunset. We rented a room, and then we went through the LA Weekly to find a woman, and we called probably like 60 women, and they kept hanging up on us. So we sat in the hot tub naked, 3 guys in a hot tub at the Holiday Inn. So then we finally get a girl to come over. She's like 4'3", Mexican girl. And her opening line was, "You're not gonna fuck me." Right? So I go, what can we do? We go, what can we do? And she's like, you can masturbate while I dance. So me, John Reap, and Jeff Richards got naked, and we laid on the bed like sardines. And she was standing on top of the bed, like, dancing right between us, kind of. And Jeff Richards was in the middle. And he grabbed this girl's by the wrist. And he goes, just stand here. And he just started masturbating ferociously. So me and John Reap got off the bed. And we went to the edge of the bed. And we were both standing, masturbating. And John Reap looked at me with his crossed southern eyes. And he goes, let's do it. And we both came on Jeff Richards' leg at the same time. So that's it. That's the story.
That was phenomenal.
Thank you.
And that was Sax Talk. Bobby, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I love you so much. I seriously do. I'll just leave with this. This is the kind of guy that Bobby Lee is. Whenever I was at my poorest moment here in LA, I was literally stealing food out of the green room of one of the shows here at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And it was just donuts and junk food, like chips, donuts, everything like that. He's playing a xylophone. And you said, what are you doing? I said, I'm eating dinner right now. And you got so upset that was what I was eating. And you threw it in the trash, what I was eating.
Yeah.
And you gave me $40, and you said, go get a real meal right now.
Yeah.
And that was one of the many moments where you impacted my life in a really positive way.
I just gave Stephen Fury $30 for no reason.
Yeah, man, you do that stuff all the time. You do that stuff all the time.
Hungry.
Just so many comics. So many comics have those stories about you. So I love you, dude. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me. Goodbye.
Jeremiah Wonders, Jeremiah Wonders, Jeremiah Wonders.